Okay, let's take a look at some of the common disorders of the nervous system. Okay, first up we have a cerebrovascular accident. I think the first thing we should be doing here is breaking down the word, because if we break down the word, you're really going to understand what's happening with this cerebrovascular accident. And so let's do that first. All right, so you break down cerebrovascular. If you need to take a moment to pause the video, please do so, and then we'll break it down together. Okay, so in the term cerebrovascular, there is no prefix. There is, however, two root terms. The first is cerebro, the second is vascular. And cerebro refers to the brain, and vasculo refers to our blood vessels. Our suffix here is AR, which means pertaining to, so the term cerebrovascular is looking at the blood vessels in the brain. And so when we are going back to look at that picture of that cerebrovascular accident, just remember that we're talking about the blood vessels inside the brain. Okay, so a cerebrovascular accident is when the blood vessels in the brain become compromised. This is often another term, and it's the appropriate term really for a stroke. Okay, so there's really one of two ways that we can have a stroke, and that's why there are two pictures here. One is where we sort of clog up the blood vessels in the brain, and it just prevents any blood flow from going any further, and that causes anything beyond that to not get oxygen. And so therefore that part of the brain starts to die, which creates all of those symptoms that we associate with a stroke. The other one is that there's too much pressure going through the blood vessels of the brain, and so it bursts, and that's called a hemorrhagic stroke. But when that blood vessel bursts, it essentially does the same thing. It creates bleeding inside the brain, which is visible and creates its own problems, but it's also not supplying the right amount of oxygen to the cells of the brain, which causes the brain to die. So that cerebrovascular accident, or a stroke as it's more commonly called, okay, can be really discerned by breaking down those med terms. That's why we're talking about this first. Next up is the term quadriplegia. So we're going to, again, break this down, and I want you to really associate that a lot of the things that you see in your SOAP notes, the names of diseases, if you understand medical terminology, you're really going to be able to understand what is happening to your patient. So let's break down the term quadriplegia. Okay, so if you need to pause this video at any point, please pause the video. You break down the word yourself first, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so there is no prefix here, but there is a root term quadra, which is four, so refers to all four limbs. And the suffix here is plegia, which refers to paralysis. So somebody who has quadriplegia or is a quadriplegic has paralysis of all four of their limbs, so both legs, both arms. Okay, next up is hemiplegia, and there's a picture here that might be giving away some of the clues, but again, because of the importance of medical terminology and being able to understand the foundation of medical science, let's break down the word first. Hemiplegia, let's break this down. Okay, so hemi here is the prefix, which refers to half. There is no root term, and the suffix here is plegia, which refers to paralysis. So hemiplegia refers to paralysis of half of the body. And then the last one we're going to talk about that has a word breakdown is the term migraine. You might be familiar with migraines, but let's see what the word breakdown tells us about it. Okay, so the word migraine has a prefix of that mi, which refers to half. There is no root term, and you see that the suffix grain refers to head pain. So the term migraine refers to head pain that is only in half of the head. And that really is characteristic of a true migraine, right? If you have got pain through both the right and the left side of your head, it's actually not a migraine. A migraine really will just be on the right side or the left side. And so it's one-sided pain, and it is terribly painful if you've ever suffered from one.